everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa, Paper Lace and Bling. We are working on one of the last page builds that we have. I have room in between these two. I've got a good 1/4 inch at least. And so I'm not going to make a real fat thing, but there's going to be some flaps on it because I have these 3 flaps left that I didn't remember what I was going to do with them, but I'm going to do something with them here. So I think that this one here, yeah, this one here and this one here, and they overlap, which is fine. Or I can do top and bottom, so it's, you know, whichever way you want to do yours is the way you should do yours. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, I've got my new glasses. Yes. I know you can't really see too much. You can just see me going, ah! Okay, so if I did that and did this, I want this big card to sit right in the middle. So it's going to be the flap that is going to hold everything together, all right? So I need to figure out, let's see, because this is not really center. So let me see if I can eyeball the center. And then I'm going to leave myself a little edge. I'm going to make a mark where it's the end of the page. And I think I'm going to score and give myself, oh, I think 1/8 of an inch would be plenty. So let's just get this in here straight. Oh, and if you're wondering, I have a drinking problem. I have a, yes. I took a sip of my water before the water was available at my mouth. So, yeah. Should see a little down lower on my lap area. It's a little damp too. Just, oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to, from the second score line, cut off at 1/2 inch-ish. There we go. All right, so now I'm just going to fold that most inter score line. Let's see. Where, there's my good. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I have been so busy today. Good Lord. So, I just need this much so we can just mark this where we need. How did I make it much longer than I needed? I thought I... Okay. Yeah. Alrighty then. Now, if I put this here, though, it's not going to be. That's why it needed to be here. So don't cut this. That's, whew, had to do that all over again. So I'm going to erase that mark. We're just going to cut this one. Which is, again, right on the score line side of things. And then this is going to go out in the middle. So we do have a little strip here that I can, let's see, if I leave myself a little edge. Okay, I'm just going to cut it right at that line. All right. Let's see. Is that going to work for me? Yes, it is. All right. And I just want to make sure I'm going to butt this one right up next to the big square and make a mark so that it's going to be exactly the same height. Exactly the same height. Put all your little pieces into your... Now let's ink these, and then we'll start building once I have this one all, yep, all covered up. There we go. Whoopsie. All right. So I have a few leftovers. Those will be... I have been going through and making all of the tags. There are still a few that I haven't done because I want to make sure... Well, let's get this one on first. I want to make sure that... you know, that I've got the paper I need to do items. Like, you know, I almost completely forgot that I have got to cover the outside of that book. So, that is probably, I did start the very front. Now this is going to go here. And I want it even. There we go. And then we're going to put this here. I could do this side too. What do we like better? I kind of like that a little better than the busy horseshoe because it detracts from this. So let's do this side. You can do whatever piece you want to do there. Or if you have some nice wide ribbon, you know, anything like that. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Now let's get this 1/8 of an inch score mark done. And there we go. Okay. So bring the page back in. And let's see, which way do I want to do this? I know I want this to go here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and add this one first. And since it's going to be covered with paper and in the middle, I'm not going to cut my edges because it's not necessary. Now, this is not laying flat because of the thickness here. I should have put this over here. So it's a little weird putting stuff down because you're putting it on a ledge, and I want it down a little bit more. Is that good? That looks pretty good to me. Okay. Flip this open. Might be a little high, but that's okay. And then this one can come here, and I'm going to put it right up to the edge. Or am I going to leave just a little bit of space? What am I putting down? I'm going to be putting down the lace. So let me go ahead and get my lace. Where are you, lace? There it is. Nope, that's not it. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Where'd my blue lace go? Really? Oh, here it is. I had pulled it out because I knew it was coming. What are you going to do? All right. Not probably, other than occasionally on a something or other. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down with my Fabri-Tac. And I do want this come slightly over the edge, and I'm going to cut this little piece off. Don't need that little teeny piece. Oh, I have an exploding bottle. That's not very nice. That was not very nice. Okay. So I've done, we had to go and get a new washing machine. I was trying to make mine hang in there. I mean, it's only 4 years old, but where we're at, we could not find anybody to work on it. And it was a Samsung. So when we went to Lowe's to look, and they said, oh yeah, those Samsungs, those are just junk. The dryer works great, but that washing machine just was not a happy camper. And I mean, I would have to do like 4 pairs of jeans. That's it. I can do more in the little washer dryer thing that I have in my RV. Of course I can regulate the water and all that stuff, but it was like, yeah. So finally my husband just said, we're going to get one. Just go. Just go and get it. Now this is going to be on the end, so this is going to get, and I'm going to put Fabri-Tac on it because I'm putting it on the lace. So where was I? What was I talking about? I don't remember now. Just gonna kind of put that right on the edge. And it's just a little bit smaller on both sides, so I have it just coming to the inside, which is good because, there we go. Now, the other two should fit right in between these, but I'm going to cut them down just a smidge. Woo! Okay, so anyway, so I did a ton of laundry in the last, because we went, today is Saturday, so we went on Monday, I guess, and then we got it delivered on Thursday. So between Thursday and now, I've done about 8 loads of laundry. Whew. And I still have a lot more, but it's like, I got to do this in spurts. We didn't get dirty. Sorry, we didn't get them dirty all at one time, so they're going to get washed in spurts. Okay, yeah, both of these are going to need a little bit of cutting. And then we'll just redeco them. Oh, these are not the same size. Not the same size one way, but they are the same size the other. That's just weird. There we go. And then my husband's aloe vera plant. He's been asking me to repot it. Well, I finally got, because they like a very, very dry soil. They don't like to get too wet. They will rot. So, that is still too long. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I'm going to have to cut it again. Which one was kind of funky? I guess they both worked out. So I went ahead and did that. That was yesterday's project, 2 days ago. I did that. But then we had some, you have to, excuse me, you have to, if they don't get any stem with them, you have to let them completely crust over is basically what you have to do. They just need to crust over. And, must have dropped them all out. So then once they're crusted over, okay, this is better. Once they're crusted over, then you put them in dirt. You don't have to get them to make a new root. You know, you don't want to stick them in water. Now, if you're going to cut down on your aloe vera plants, if you know you're going to, take some of the smaller ones and I think it's called propagating, but you can put water your plant the day before really well, compared to what you normally water them, and then you match that right up. Yep. And then you're going to then when you cut them, they're going to be firm, and it will help them, the next day when you're propagating and you're cutting them apart, because they are really hydrated at that point. It helps because you have to lay the ones that don't get stems, you got to lay them out and let them crust over, because if you put them in water then, they're just going to mush up and die. Yeah, they don't like a lot of water. And here in Kentucky, we have to make sure that they don't get too cold. These are Florida ones. I cannot see what I'm doing. Florida ones. Okay. I really don't like working on the pages in the book. I should just get a piece of copy paper for every page, work on it, and then glue it in. But even when you're gluing it in, it's you did not get enough glue right there. Even when you're gluing it in, sometimes it's a pain in the tushy, even if that's all you're doing. So I don't like working on them while they're in the book. But when you have only so much room, that's pretty much the best way to do it. Okay, and so then my husband said, you know, I've heard of this aloe vera and coconut oil treatment that you put on your hair for 30 minutes before you go to the shower. So I looked it up and looked at a few different recipes, so to speak. And yeah, that got over there just a little bit too much. Oh well. So yeah, so we had several different recipes to choose from, so we chose one of them that was the simplest. Some people put cloves of curry, and I do not like the smell of curry. I can't eat it anymore, but I used to love, my mom would make a curry rice dish, and oh, the whole family loved it. But I don't know what she put in it, and I can't eat curry now anyway, so, you know, it's kind of a moot point, but I do have most of her recipe book, so it's probably in there somewhere, but anywho, so we're going to put a magnet on here to help keep this closed, and this is just, no, it's just not going to work for me. This part is laying over too far, or that 1/8 of an inch is just not being allowed to do its thing. I just moved everything over. It's so hard because that page is rounded. It's just so hard to see. So I guess what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get a cutting mat, and I'm going to get it right up there. And I don't have my, here we go, here's the finger. My finger one will work just fine. And I just want to take off a little bit off of here. See if I can do this. Why don't I turn it around? But see, guys, there's always a way of taking care of something. Always, 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 always. And it is just paper. If you need to rip it out and do it again, then do that. If there's no other way of taking care of it. Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, that's not very pretty. That is not very pretty at all. And cut this off. All right. So now let's slide this and do this one. Just eyeball the same amount. Let's see. Okay, boy, is that not very pretty. Oh no. Oh, I'll have to get that in a little while. Let me put this back. Alright. So let's just neaten this one up a little bit. Put this away. So, bottom line is make sure you've got them small enough. I cut them down twice and I still didn't have them small enough. So, yeah. All right. So a lot of this will be hid by paper. Oh, it can be so fussy sometimes. Okay, so now we have where my 1/8 of an inch is working and can be pulled around. So very nice. Got a pencil mark there. All right, so let's take the sticky off of this one. I don't trust these stickies, so I do put double-sided tape over the top of them, but the sticky does come in handy for just sticking it down. So I like to put mine in at least 1 inch when I have the opportunity to do that, so that my paper will glue down on both sides. Since this is going to be, lost, well, I actually don't think I need to take that side off yet. I need to put this, which side? Yeah, it's that side. Okay. I need to put double-sided tape. Sometimes that stuff is so hard. I'm like, jeez. I'm going to take another piece of double-sided tape and I'm going to lay it. How am I going to do this? I need to lay it on here and just let it find it. There we go. Okay, so there is our magnetic closure. So now we just need to decorate. I am really running out of paper and I don't know why I made such a big page for myself. So this one's done. This one's figured out, and it's not going to use all of this paper, but for these. So that's for that. This is the tag that's going to go into this pocket. So we have the pocket, the inside flap, the inside and the outside of the flap, and then the inside of the page is going to need stuff. And then this one is just going to be a beautiful, I'm so sorry, all of a sudden I got the hiccups. It's just going to be a beautiful page. There's not going to be anything else on it. And then this is for a nice big pocket, which again is going to have to be decorated. So, wow, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, because I am running pretty darn low. Let's see. And I have to do the box. Yeah, I probably should not have done that page the way I did. Probably should not have. But what are you going to do? Okay, so I have this 1.5 pages of this yellow, which I can use. I am so hot. But I think it's because I was sitting over the stove. So I was telling you guys, while I figure this out, I was telling you guys what, I still have these, and I have these, and I have this. My husband wanted that stuff for his hair, and I think I'll probably try it too. It's supposed to help make it thick, beautiful, less falling out, very healthy. You rub it in your scalp and then on your hair. For 30 minutes to an hour before you take a shower, and then do your shower thing like you normally do. I put a little bit of lavender essential oils in there because we are both, I'm usually a morning shower kind of person, but I will switch it out, and try and do it in the evening sometimes too. So yeah, we'll just see how it works for me, but he's very excited. So what you do is you take like 1.5 cups. I think I did about 2 cups of the coconut oil, and then you put it on a very low, put it in a pot and put it on very low. And then you can take like a big aloe or several medium-sized aloes, and you take off the sides with like a cheese cutter. So you take off the little pointy ends, and then you just, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this page, and then I know how much I have left. Yeah, it's, I don't know, there's just, you do the aloe in with the oil, you simmer it for like 30 minutes. You can take or you can take the aloe once you take the sharp parts off and put it in a blender and get it into a paste, and then put it into, you know, whichever way you want to do it. I didn't want the skin parts. And usually if you do the skin parts of it, you want to use cheesecloth and, you know, really drain it. I strained it through a really fine mesh strainer, so it was fine for me. And then there was just the pulp of the aloe was left, because I used, you know, those hand potato mashers that kind of look like squirrely things. I used that while it was simmering to keep it, to break that down as far as I could so that I would get the most aloe possible. So I made that. It's in there cooling. But yeah, that's probably why I'm hot, because I've been standing over a stove for the last 30 minutes. I think I'm just going to cover this one with this. Let me take off the barcode. Yeah, I've just been a busy girl. What is that? Oh, darn. I don't know who put that in here, but it doesn't belong in here. It's a I don't know, one of my husband's things, but my son brought it in here doing something else and just left it. You know how kids, they just, well, my husband does the same thing. He'll drink these drinks like Crystal Light. He's diabetic, so he'll make himself one of those. Well, there's the wrapper. If the container was empty, he's left the container there. He's left, if it was brand new, you have to take the wrapper off to open the container. That's laying there. I'm like, really? I mean, ah! Men. You gotta love them, because, well, I think there'd be a lot more women in prison. I don't know. I don't know. A lot more women in prison. So I'm going to go ahead and place my pocket down and do this page. And I think I'm going to give myself a bottom to this as well, which will give us a nicer, bigger pocket. There we go. Let's go ahead, cut our little square off. Fold this over. Here. And let's do, I put my pencil right where it belonged. I'm actually finding myself doing that more and more now that I have been doing this cleanup on aisle 5. And, you know, like sometimes when I'm in the midst of crafting, I'll, you know, clean up on aisle 5, and I'll just try and pick everything up in my little space here, because, you know, we start getting a little overwhelmed with all the stuff we've got. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to cut my 1/2 inch. Okay. Let's get this. All right. I'm going to fold these over. And I'm going to go ahead and glue down the two ends. Yeah. Okay. So, yep. I'm tired. I'm tired. I've also been in here working on all of my tags and things, trying to get them done. And then the Christmas one I am almost done with. I am working on a few more tags, and then those are done. I think I want to use my template, and I think I want to cut into this and make it opened that way. And I think I want to use this side here. So I need to figure out what I'm going to cover this with. Is this wide enough? Although it doesn't really go the right way. This does. And I'm not going to be able to save all those. They're too big for this book anyway. Alright, so let's cut this just like we're matting it. Going to cut it here and here. Okay. Alrighty. And my marks are somewhere. Do you think I can see them? Nope. I did this to there. There it is. So there's a nice chunk left. And there's my other mark. Okay. So now I'm going to center this on both sides and put it flush with my top. There we go. And I think I'm just going to do this on this side. Do I want that one or do I want like this one? Or I can do that one. I think I like the one that's spread out more. Alright, so we're going to say that this is center. Close enough. As my husband used to say, it's close. Well, I haven't heard him say it in a long time. It's close enough for government work. Alright, so there's that. So let's cut this out. Let's see, I can do this, which makes it a lot easier. Okay. So now we're going to put these back where I got them. Keep things neat and tidy. And then this should come down and look really super cool. Got a nice edge all the way around. Made kind of a mess here, but that's okay. There we go. I do want to kind of, some of that paper every once in a while gets a little funk from the scissors, you know, going back and forth. So, I just kind of flattened everything out. All right, let's ink. All right, there is that. And I've got a pencil mark to erase. And let's get this down. Just going to town on this stuff, guys. We will be done before you know it. And then I'm going into making Christmas present mode. So some things will be Christmassy, some things will not. So, you know, it's just, oh, and I made that a pocket. I don't know that I wanted to make that a pocket. Yeah, I think I'm just going to glue this down. It doesn't need to be another pocket. I've got plenty of pockets. There we go. Glue this down. Let's go ahead and, because this is not going to have anything put behind it because it's already got the background paper. So let's cut those off just so we, they don't show up at the top of the pocket. You want to make sure that you get the edges glued down as well as you can without getting glue inside your pocket, but then it's going to be easier for things to go in and out. And that's another reason why we glue the bottom flap to the back of the two side flaps. That also helps things go in and out smoothly. All right, so we're just lining this up with our orange paper. A little bit lower. There we go. Now the only thing I recommend is making sure that none of that glue came out. So there's our nice big pocket, and then this piece is just going to be, I'm going to go ahead and remove that paper clip, it's just going to be a pretty piece. So pretty much I've got to cut it straight across here. That's not going to leave me a ton. Of course, both pieces drop to the floor. What else is new? All right, and then I want it from the top down. Okay, and we're going to have a little edge. I can see it here, so there it is. That's just a really pretty picture. Yeah, and that's pretty much all that one's going to be. And everybody, you know, you'll just put your pictures right on it. Another thing I went out today is I have some trees planted. They're just in their second year, so, you know, they're maybe 24 inches tall. But I have poles where they are so that my husband doesn't mow over them. You know, reminding him, please don't mow over my trees. And then I have a bush in the back that is second year, and it's coming along pretty nicely. But because he mows around them, there gets tall grass and stuff next to them, and so I went out and cleaned all of those. I got some pretty mums for fall, and I watered those and placed them out where I wanted them. I have just been busy today. And I'm so surprised that I'm still going. Probably won't be worth a cent tomorrow. I probably won't be. But today I did good. I had to brag about myself. Oh, come on. This is going to just get dried up. Nope. Closer. Right there. Closer. There we go. I'm going to flip it this way and push it down because this is the easiest way. All right. Yes. See, that's the back page, and I love that. It's just kind of like, you know, see ya. Voyage Beneath the Sea. That was one of the main things. You know, I like having that. I like having the name of the book in the paperwork, so to speak. So this, see, this is just going to fit in this pocket. So that's where that big tag is going to go. I just thought that was perfect for in there. And then this, so far, this goes right here, right up against, and then this will go down a little ways like that. One reason being is that this gives me about 3/4 of an inch where it's crossed. And then I'm going to have a closure with these two, you know, just a string. But we'll fix those. All right. Now we're back. And I think before I do any more, I need to see what I'm going to do with this box. I mean, with this, the back of this. See, it got kind of dirty. Not dirty. It's like all the green that came off of here, if I'd missed it and then I laid the book down, so there's little spots of green and little drags of green all over. So yeah, it definitely needs a cover to it. I just don't know if I should just use my bits and pieces and leave my big pages, But that's a lot of bits and pieces. Oh, what happened? Let's see. Ah, I don't know. We were, oh, 50 minutes. Maybe it's like, ah! Okay. I think I actually want this to go this way because it does stand up in the back. So I think, yeah, and then that will leave me quite a bit of the polka dots to use because I like them, they're polka dots. Okay, first gonna cut here. And then that left me with a nice little hunk of that stuff and another card. I don't know what that phone's doing, but so far it's... Okay, so there's some polka dots. And then I'm going to flip this way so I can see. Oopsie. Okay. So, like I said, just kind of getting these last little bits done before I get the last bits of pages done. Because you got to have the back of the book, you know, the outside of the book covered in something. There we go. And it goes that way. Oh, well, that didn't get cut very straight. Wow. That did not get cut very straight at all. Okay, we're going to let that dry. Ah, holy Hannah! And I think I'm going to look and see if I have something that I can wrap around here. And I know I have that material. Oh gosh, I just have enough that I could wrap that around my spine. Yeah, that's kind of neat. And just keep it more of the blues, but or we can do a little bit more of the green. Can't, yeah, I think something like that would be perfect. So, oh, this was the back of the material. There you go, now you can see more. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. So I'm not going to put this piece on, but on the back of it I'm going to write back cover. And I'm going to put that and my spine back up here. There we go. Okay, so now I've got, and I still have this piece that's going to do the whole front and the drawers. So we're good with all that. So everything's covered. So now all the rest of the paper I can use. So that's great. That's great. and that way it can still get dirty. Okay, so we've got all of these done. This I'm just going to cover, so you guys don't really need to see that, but that's the build. And I made these little tags with the cute little cutout to go in both of these. There's that one. It's short, so you can still put a picture up here. And then on these, I just stuck a little card in both of them. I don't remember if I showed you that or not. So here, where did I put, oops, let me put the lid back on this thing. I wanted to show you, if I can find it again. Wow, because this one is not the right one. No. Did I put it away? Ha! You know. Where are these? Where is them? I don't remember where them is. Well, I had like, they nest. But do you think I can find them on my little table, my little, huh. That's weird. I don't remember pulling them all down. Okay. So anyway, the one that cut this, right here, if you draw out the inside of the, I do not know where that is, but say this is the size that was cut out. If you take this onto some paper and mark the inside, it will give you inside those, you know, your flap. So you can use these as templates just as easily as you can use them for die cuts. So just a thought there. And that's really, these are going to stay absolutely empty because they're just going to get covered with pictures. Now I do have these little ones here that you can tuck a note underneath. I will put a little something in there. And I think I have 3 of those on each side. So I've got them on the first 3. There's the small, I mean the medium, littler, and then the smallest one. And I got that on both sides. These are going to be what I cover this with. These are going to stay the same. And then here, there's going to get something covered up. I don't know, you know, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do there yet, but yeah. So basically all I'm worried about covering is the front and back of these. So you'll want to cut 2 out at the same time. I am going to put magnets. I can go ahead and put one set on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take and I will have to put something on this first one, which I think I was probably planning on doing anyway. But because I'm using magnets, you know, I got to be able to cover the magnet up. Alright, so we'll go ahead and place magnet down here. And then I'm going to take another piece. I'm going to lay this right there. Find my other magnet, what I do with it right here. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Okay. I probably pinched at that a little bit too hard because I made an indentation over the, but I'm going to make just cut these and then use my tool to cut that out, and that will be both top and bottom needs to get covered. I'll need a little piece to slide back in here, which will probably be that yellow paper. And then this will just need to have, there's the template. So we'll just figure out with, I think actually, no, these weren't wide enough. So these are going for the inside. What did, oh, this. This is going to do both of these. So we will just line this piece up. You line it up flush. Well, you need a piece that's slightly wider. Find your center and you put this on it. Draw it out, cut it out. Then line it up, make the marks on both sides of the paper where you want to cut so you have an even blue all the way around, and then you're done. So that is those. This one, I don't have any of my pokey tools. I'm going to poke a hole through the center of both of these, line them up where I want them, kind of eyeball center. I do want to make sure that, you know, I've got them up underneath here and not close to where this might catch on it. And I'll probably put a brad in there, and I'll put a spacer in there so that it's easier. Since this is so small, I think if I don't put a spacer. Now what I use for spacers in this type of situation are very small. Just go to a Home Depot, Lowe's, little hardware store somewhere and find the smallest washer that you can. The skinniest one is the best, but you know, the smallest one. So this is definitely going to be fine for these because they do, and because it's a washer, you can put your brad through it. Okay, so those like that, brads through them, and then we're going to cover all of that up with paper. And hopefully we'll have enough. I think since I didn't have to do the spine, I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this stuff on my own. And so next time you and I get together, we're going to do the miniatures for the display box, which is sitting right behind me, right where my finger's pointing. Ah! Miniature time! Yes! I am so excited about that. I've been making myself get this done before I play with the miniatures because I've been dying to play with the miniatures. So that will probably be a long video as well, but then we will make the stuff and then we'll put it all in and finish the drawer and do the front. So probably 2 more videos and a walkthrough, guys. 2 more videos and a walkthrough. I know it's been long, but I appreciate you hanging in with me. Till next time, guys. Bye.